Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are safe in your home. I want to welcome class 9 for this computer class. We are studying chapter 5, Photoshop, and we are doing part 1, section 17. How are you all? Hope you are going through all the sections whatever we are sending to you. Students, please pay attention. I want everyone to please open the videos and watch. Shall we have a quick recap what we have done in the previous class? Yes, we studied about user defined functions. Under that, three main units we have studied. The first one, function with no arguments and no return value. Second one, function with no arguments and with no return value. And the third one, function with arguments and no return value. These are the three subunits that we have studied under user defined functions. Okay, what are the topics that we are going to discuss in this class? Yes, we are going to discuss about Photoshop. Under that, we are going to study about pixels, file format, pen tool, eyedropper tool, zoom tool, hand tool, and blur tool. These are the topics that we are going to discuss in this video. The first one we are going to study is Photoshop. What is a Photoshop? Can anyone tell, students? Yes, Photoshop is nothing but an image editing software developed and published by Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop software is used to digitally modify digital photographs and graphics. And it also by defaults the files in Photoshop and it's saved with the extension PSD. PSD means what, students? It is nothing but Photoshop document. And when the file size is large, it saves with the extension PSB, Photoshop Big. These two has lot of difference that we need to know. PSD is Photoshop document and PSB is Photoshop Big. Now, let us get into the lesson. Okay, Photoshop. Photoshop can be used to create images. Photoshop can be used to create images, and it also designs the graphics for a web page, also website, newspapers, okay, brochure or flyer. Okay, you can use this design graphics for a web pages, websites, newspapers and brochure or flyer. And third point is it creates a photo collage. And fourth point, creates a realistic photo that is not real at all, but you can make it as a real. If it is artificial photo also, you can make it as a real. And fifth one, modify photographs. And sixth one, correct imperfections in photographs. Okay, whatever you have default in your photographs, you can make it creativity, you can make it a renewable photo as you like. Okay, this is called the complete study of a Photoshop. The first topic in this we are going to learn is pixels. What are the pixels? Can anyone tell, students? You are also following the video. Yes, pixels. It is nothing but a picture element, a single point in a graphic image. To display pictures on a graphic monitor, it divides the display screen. Okay, it divides the display screen into thousands of pixels arranged in rows and columns. The pixels are placed very close to each other. It is very placed to each other and they appear as if they are connected. Okay, they appear as if it is very they appear as if they are connected, but they are not connected. We need to connect them. Okay, we need to draw the picture in that. Okay, I repeat again, pixels. pixel, spell or picture element is a single point in a graphic image. To display pictures on a graphic monitor, okay, it divides the display screen into thousands of pixels arranged in rows and columns. You can see the picture, okay, in the video. You will understand exactly what is that. And the pixels are placed very close to each other and they appear as if they are connected to each other. Okay, this is called a pixel. The next topic we are going to study is file format. File format. This file in Photoshop can be saved with the extensions. This file in Photoshop can be saved with the extensions like BMP, GIF, EPS, JPEG, PDF, TIFF, PSD, PSB, etc. You all know all these things. Every time whenever you use WhatsApp, Facebook and all, okay, easily this all will appear and you select them. Okay, GIF, you select a nice pictures, attractive pictures and you send it to your friends and all. So we use all these things to use it for a better photo. Okay, PSD. The first one we study is PSD. PSD is the default file extension of Photoshop to save images. It stores an image with support for imagining options such as layers with mask, transparency, text, clipping, path, etc. PSD is the default file extension of Photoshop to save images. It will save the images and it also stores an image with support for imagining options such as layers with mask, transparency, text, clipping, paths, etc. And a PSD file has a maximum height and width of 30,000 pixels and length limit of 3 gigabytes. Okay, and a PSD file has a maximum height and width of 30,000 pixels and a length limit of 3 gigabytes. Okay, next we study is PSB. Okay, PSB is also a file format and it also known as large document file format. A PSB live file has a maximum height. Okay, it has a maximum height and width of nearly 3 lakh pixels and the length limit of is 4 exabytes. Okay, here it is only 3 gigabytes for PSD, but for PSB 4 exabytes. Okay, it has more pixels. Okay, then next we are going to study is pen tool. What is pen tool, students? Pen tool. Pen we use oftenly for writing anything in our notebook. Yes, without pen we cannot write anything in the notebook. Okay, but for computer it is different. Pen tool is a very powerful tool. Okay, to draw images or objects. To draw images or any kind of objects with accurate path that can be controlled by the anchor points. The pen tool allows the user to draw a line by clicking in one spot and then clicking elsewhere. 2 old anchor points. The line placed between the anchor points is called a path. Okay, I hope you understood about pen tool, students. Pen tool is nothing but a powerful tool. You can draw any kind of images or objects with an accurate path and it also controls by the anchor points. The pen tool allows the user to draw a line by clicking in one spot and then clicking elsewhere to add anchor points, and the line placed between the anchor points is called a path. This is called a pen tool. Do you know, children, computer's memory is measured in terms of bits and bytes. A bit stands for binary digit. We all know that, right? You all, when you are in 6th standard, you would have studied this very well. Like 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobytes is equal to 1 megabyte. And 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabyte is equal to 1 terabyte. And 1024 terabyte is equal to 1 petabyte. And 1024 petabyte is equal to 1 exabyte. So these are the bits and bytes that we have learned in earlier schooling when you are in 6th standard and all. So these are very important and very important things to be noted in our mind. Okay, next topic we are going to move to eyedropper tool. Eyedropper tool. This is our next topic that we are going to study. And this tool enables the user to choose a color for the foreground and background by lifting them from the image. Okay, and to change the foreground or background color, follow the steps given below. Okay, if you want to change background color for your photographs and all, you place any kind of photograph, whether it is black and white or color. You want to change the background of that photograph, you want to modify that, make it more beautiful. So we need to change the background and do the settings and all. To do that, we need to follow few steps. Few steps we need to follow. Step number 1. Step number 1. Select the foreground or background in the tools panel or color panel. Okay, you need to select the foreground or a background in the tools panel or a color panel first. And step 2, select the eyedropper tool. Step 2, select the eyedropper tool. And step 3, click the color from the image that you want to use as the foreground or background. Step 3, click the color from the image that you want. First you click the color, whatever color you want. You select that color from the image. And then use as the foreground or background. You want to use it for middle of the picture or back side of the picture. You can select it. So these are the steps that we need to follow for the eyedropper tool. The next we are going to study is zoom tool. Very easy. In phone and all, we take any photos, we will correctly zoom that. Yes or no? Yes, we all are very interested to operate the phones. Without phones, now we are unable to stay. So phone, we feel like zooming. So what is that exactly? We want to see that picture very clearly, or we want to see the words, what is given there. We want to zoom that and see. So for that purpose, zoom tool is used. Zoom tool is used to take a closer look of the image by selecting click and drag. By selecting click and drag. The area to be zoomed in, the zoom out, hold the Alt key and click on any part of the image. Okay, what the zoom says, students? Yes, the zoom tool is used to take a closer look of the image by selecting click and drag the area to be zoomed in. To zoom out, hold the Alt key and click on any part of the image. Do you know, students, the zoom percentage can be viewed at the left corner of the document window. Okay, and the image can be zoomed in up to a maximum of 3200% magnification. Okay, this is very important thing that we need to keep it in our mind. Okay, the next we are going to move is hand tool. The next we are going to move is hand tool. Okay, what is hand tool? Hand means the hand what we are using, that is not the hand. For computer, it has different. Okay, hand tool is used to navigate the place of the image by a click and drag of the image to a particular place or to move it to any direction. Okay, and when the hand tool is activated, scroll all windows, actual pixels, actual pixels fit screen, fit screen and fill screen, and print size buttons appears on the option button. It appears on the option button. And then what happens? Then we need to give a double clicking to that. Then we need to give a double clicking. The hand tool will resize the image to fit screen magnification. The hand tool will resize the image to fit screen magnification. Okay. So the picture can also be zoomed in or out using the hand tool. Okay. You can select that this one topic in hand tool. Okay. First you select that by double clicking the hand tool, and it will appear in the screen, and then you start zoom the tool. To zoom in, hold the control key and click the image. Okay, you click on the control key and then click on the image. To zoom out, hold the alt key and click the image. After zooming the image, if the shift key is held down while scrolling with the hand tool, all the open images will scroll together. All the images will scroll together. This is what the hand tool exactly tells us, students. So you need to how to use hand tool. Clearly it is telling to us in the picture. You can use that hand tool, and you can how to zoom in, how to zoom out, you can learn. Okay, next we are going to study is blur tool. Okay, what do you mean by blur tool? The blur tool blurs a selected part to smoothen or soften the look of the image. Blur tool is nothing but when we see some photos very blurred, we cannot see them. Okay, we get confused whose photo is that, and we want to zoom properly and check exactly what that is. Okay, and then blur efforts creates an installation of motion and add focus to a picture in a Photoshop. Popular tools. We have some popular tools for that. Okay, the first one is blur tool. Some of the popular tools are, the first one is blur tool, second one sharpen tool, and third one subdict tool. Okay, submerged tool. These are the three topics that we discuss. The steps we need to follow how to open this. The first step is create a new file by using Ctrl+N. We need to create a new file first. Okay, by using Ctrl+N. Second step is open an image file. Second step is open an image file. Okay, open an image file. Then you see a blur picture. Okay, and then third step is select the blur tool from the toolbox. And the step 4 is click on filter. Click on filter, blur, then blur will appear. Then field blur, then the blur tool dialog box opens on the right side. And then the last one, what we have to do is we need to adjust that because it is not clear. We need to adjust that picture. So adjust the blur effort as per the requirement. Okay, how much ever we can make it clear, we need to adjust that properly. Okay, and then after adjusting it in a clear picture, then give OK button command. Then you click on OK button command. Then only our picture will be seen clearly. Students, I hope you all understood all these things till here. Okay, what all we have studied. I hope you have gone through everything. We have studied from the back. I'm going. We have studied about the popular tools. Okay, and under that we studied blur tool, sharpen tool, and some submerged tool we studied, and blur tool we studied, hand tool we studied, zoom tool we studied, and follow the steps given below regarding eyedropper tool. Okay, pen tool, file format we studied, pixels we studied, Photoshop. Photoshops can be used to create images. It can be used to design graphics for a web page, website, newspapers, okay, brochure or flyer, create a photo collage, and it can also create a realistic photo that is not real. We can make it a real. Modify photographs we studied. Correct in imperfections in photographs, okay, we studied. And then Photoshop. What is Photoshop? We have studied. These are the things that we discussed today's class, students. And I want you to follow up some questions. Okay, please go through these questions. Okay, I want you to answer on your own. Okay, don't worry. When I give question answers and all, that time you can copy it in the notebook. But now I want you to follow these questions and write it in a rough notebook, the answers. When I asked you, you should be able to send it to me. Okay? Okay. First question. Define the PSD and PSB file formats. We have two definitions. One is PSD, one is PSB. You need to define them. Okay. Second one is name the other tools under blur tool. So these are the two questions that I have given you as a homework. Please, whatever we have studied, from that only I gave. So go through the video again and again, and then write answers for these questions in a rough notebook and keep it ready. When I ask you next time, you should be able to answer to me. Thank you all, students. For now, we are ending the video now class. I'll see you all in the next class. We have done part 1. By mistakenly I have written part 2 over there, but we have done part 1. So I want you to clearly follow that video, and please open the textbook when you are seeing the video. You will understand each and everything. Thank you all, students. See you all in the next class.